to week 5 of my journey, where I'm curing my own type 2 diabetes through a diet of meat and vegetables and by ensuring I go for a walk every single day. So, by now, if you are following my channel, you know that I post my results of every single week. I measure my own blood sugar and I post my results every single week over here, right? This is week 5 of my journey, friends. And in this video I really want to stress on why walking is best to reduce the high blood sugar. Last week I actually showed you why one gets type 2 diabetes. It is something very important. I will go through the same again. It will be a little bit faster because in this video I want to stress on why walking is best to reduce your high blood sugar. Once you know, you will walk by yourself. Whenever you get a chance, you will walk, right? If you are a type 2 diabetic like me, you have high blood sugar, you will walk. That's my entire goal, right? To give you this information so that you will choose the right way, what to eat. Go for a walk every opportunity that you get. You will realize that, right? So that's my intention here, friends, as part of this video. And as you know, my goal over here is a huge goal where I really want to cure every type 2 diabetic person just by following 3 simple things. You eat meat, vegetables, and you ensure you go for a walk every single day. That's all, friends, you need. Just these 3 things, right? You can watch my earlier videos too, my week 1, week 2. You will realize how it takes just 4 to 5 days to get your blood sugar into the normal range. It's very, very simple. Watch my week 1 video, friends, right? Let's dive in. As always, if you know, let us do a quick recap. That's how I like to do it. Always do a quick recap of my earlier week as well. So my week 4 results, if you see, everything over here is in green. It means I was in my non-diabetic range. So once again, the non-diabetic range, if you are measuring in millimoles per liter, it is from 4 to 5.5. If you are measuring in milligrams per deciliter, it is between 70 and 100. What do? You eat meat, vegetables, you ensure you go for a walk. Those are the only 3 things you need, friends. Only these 3 things are needed. That's all. And you are seeing my results every week. I measure my own blood sugar, right? And I present my results with you every single week. So you will realize this is my own journey. I will be posting these videos every single week for the next 1 year minimum, right? And you will realize how simple it is. Follow me and cure your own type 2 diabetes as well, right? And through these videos I would like to give you the details of what happens when you eat. Why do you get type 2 diabetes? How does your blood look like, right? When you have type 2 diabetes, in my last video or last to last videos, I actually showed you that every type 2 diabetic's blood is basically operating only at 33% efficiency. We will get to that in this video as well. I will just quickly touch upon those facts as well, right? Let's move ahead, friends. So the results for week 5, so this week, right? If you see December 15, 16, 17, 18th and 19th, all my days I was in non-diabetic range. What do? Just follow my own advice. 3 simple things. I am eating meat, I am eating vegetables, and I go for a walk every single day, right? If you see, yes, on December 15th, I fasted, full day fast. I did not go for a walk. December 18th, full day fast, did not go for a walk. This wasn't planned. The work pressures are there with everyone, same with me as well. I was not able to go for lunch, right? And I don't go and have my dinner. That's not what I propose to do it anyways, right? Have an early lunch, maybe at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. max. But usually if you follow me, I try to eat my food at 2 p.m. That's it. I follow 1 meal a day diet pattern. So on December 15th, too much work, did not go for lunch. So I skipped my dinner as well. So, I had to go for a full day fast. That's how it is. It wasn't planned. December 18th, same thing, too much work. Was not able to go for lunch. So then I don't go for dinner. So I had a full day fast on December 18th as well. But doesn't matter. You don't have to go for a fast. But if you see my week 1 video, you will realize my blood sugar, I started from November 10th, I believe, in my week 1. My blood sugar was 14.3. right? It was 3 times higher, but it takes only 4 to 5 days, friends, to get it into a non-diabetic range through eating meat, vegetables, and going for a walk. That's all it requires. In 4 days, you will get it from a high blood sugar to a non-diabetic range. You just watch my week 1 video, friends, right? That's all you need. Okay, let's move ahead. I'm just going faster this way because this is something I present every single week, and now I am always in a non-diabetic range, right? Let's move ahead. This is something important which I always share in all of my videos. Every diabetic, non-diabetic person really needs to know this, right? The difference between blood sugar and HbA1c. So your blood sugar is what you get the reading when you measure your blood glucose using your glucometer, right? You prick your finger, you check your blood, measure your blood sugar. So that reading that you get, right, that is the amount of sugar molecules that are freely floating in your blood, friends, right? And the HbA1c level is something which your doctor ordered to go and test your blood, right? What does that measure? So Hb stands for hemoglobin. It's a hemoglobin molecule, which is nothing but a protein molecule inside your red blood cells. So let us assume here is my hemoglobin molecule, which is inside my red blood cells. Your HbA1c level that comes back to you actually tells you the percentage of sugar molecules which are sitting on this hemoglobin molecules of yours, and it is clogging it. Literally, it is clogging it. Why? Because the whole purpose of hemoglobin molecule is attract oxygen molecules on it. When we breathe in, the oxygen molecules sit on this hemoglobin molecule, and through blood it goes through all around your body, and the oxygen is provided that way by this hemoglobin molecule to all the organs and tissues of your body. But because of your high blood sugar, now your sugar molecules are sitting on a hemoglobin molecule, and those are clogging it up, right? And one of the important point which I always stress is that everyone needs to understand this. Your red blood cell has a lifespan of 3 months, right? So every single day, billions of cells are born, but billions of cells also die because their lifespan is 3 months only. This is an important fact. When we move to the next graphic, you will understand that why this is important, right? So your HbA1c level measures the average of 3 months. And why 3 months? Because your red blood cell itself has a lifespan of 3 months. So it can only measure the average of 3 months of the sugar molecules which are clogging your hemoglobin molecules, right? Let's move ahead where I'm showing you, as I told you, right? Every type 2 diabetic person out there, they are operating only at 33% of efficiency. Now, why is that? Right? You and me, type 2 diabetic or a non-diabetic person, everyone has 5 liters of blood, right? Every single person's blood can be divided into 3 buckets. First, if you can see on December 31st, 2025, how will my blood look like? How will your blood look like? All the cells which are born in December, we will keep it simplistic, right? All the cells born in December are 1 month old, and these are all operating at 100% capacity. Why is that? Because these are new cells. Their hemoglobin molecule is still fresh. It is not yet clogged up. These are new cells, friends, right? So they are operating at 100% capacity. Now the cells born in November, those are 2 months old, right? And due to the high blood sugar in your blood, because you're a type 2 diabetic, I am a type 2 diabetic, right? There are a lot of sugar molecules sitting on your hemoglobin molecule, right? So what we say is the hemoglobin molecule is clogged up. So let's say they are operating at only 50% efficiency. The cells born in October, they are only operating at 1% efficiency or capacity, we can say. These are 3 months old. What about the cells born in September? They are no longer here in my blood. Yes, because the lifespan itself is 3 months, right? The cells die after 3 months. So your blood, my blood, which is 5 liters in every single person, can be divided into 3 buckets. Now on January 31st, how will my blood look like? If I am following my own meat and vegetable diet and going for a walk every single day, all the cells born in January, those are happy cells. Those are new cells, right? Hemoglobin is perfect. It is not getting clogged up. They are operating at 100% capacity. Cells born in December, which are now 2 months old, on January 31st, 2026, if I'm looking at my blood, right? All the cells born in December are now 2 months old. But since I am following my own diet, all my cells are happy. Their hemoglobin molecules are not clogged up, so they are also operating at 100% capacity. Now we can say, cells born in November, let's say they go down to 1% capacity, right? When we come to February 28th, 2026, friends, how will my blood look like? If I am able to follow my own diet pattern, meat, vegetables, and I go for a walk every single day, how will my blood look like? The cells born in February, 1 month old, 100% capacity. Cells born in January, 2 month old, 100% capacity. Cells born in December, they are 3 month old but yet operating at 100% capacity. So now all my cells on February 20th, 2026 will be now operating at 100% capacity. So entire 5 liters of my blood is now operating at 100% capacity. Minimum it takes 3 months to reach this stage. For you and me, you cannot fast track this. That's it. That's all it takes. But it will take a minimum of 3 months. You have to ensure you eat the right food. Meat does not have any sugar in it. Eat vegetables, has minimum sugar in it. It has also fiber in it. And you go for a walk every single day. And in this video, I am going to tell you about why go for a walk. Why is going to help you, right? Very important. Stay tuned. Okay. Let's move ahead. Last week, I actually showed you why I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It is the same with you as well, right? Let us understand quickly. I will give you a quick walkthrough of this, right? So, you eat food, you, me, we all eat food in one shape or form, breakfast, lunch, dinner. What happens? The moment you eat food, that sugar is, the food is converted into sugar or glucose, right? So your blood sugar rises. It happens in diabetic or a non-diabetic person. This is the flow. You eat food, the food is converted into glucose or sugar, your blood sugar rises. Pancreas notices this high blood sugar, so it releases insulin, right? Insulin signals the different cells of the body, hey, it's feeding time. I have certain energy in your blood in form of glucose. So it goes and knocks on your muscle cells. They say, hey, muscle cells, I have food for you in the form of glucose or sugar for your immediate needs, right? Your muscle cells are always operating. Whether I am sitting right now, whether I'm walking, even sleeping, muscle cells are active, friends, right? It's the function of the muscle cells, basic functions, right? And it needs certain energy to do its function. So that's that immediate energy use. So muscle cells goes and takes certain sugar from your blood, right? Now your insulin goes and knocks your liver cells. Say knock, liver cells. Livers operate 24/7, right? It has to do its own function for which it needs energy. That energy is form of glucose. So it takes some part of glucose from your blood. Now your insulin goes knocks on your fat cells, right? Fat cells also has a purpose. It acts as an insulator, right? It insulates all your organs. And importantly, they also operate 24/7. They are protecting your organs, correct? So they also need certain energy. So the fat cells also now take some energy in form of glucose. They absorb the glucose from the blood. Now insulin goes and knocks on the muscle cells yet again. So say, hey, why don't you store energy for your future use? What if you need it for your future muscles? You go for a walk, you go for a run. Some energy is stored by the muscle cells for later use. This energy is stored in form of glycogen, friends. Once again, I don't want to use any technical terms as much as possible in these videos, right? As you are aware of it. But some technical terms might be necessary. Only those terms I am using, right? So just understand that the extra energy stored for later use by muscles are stored in form of glycogen. That's all you need to know, right? Now it once again goes and knocks the liver cells as well. So liver also stores extra energy that it might need at a later point in time in the form of glycogen. That's what it does. Now, if there is extra still sugar left in your blood because of a high carb meal, what is the insulin does? The insulin then converts this extra sugar left into fat, right? So you see fat on your tummy, thighs, your arms, legs, your face, Who does that? Insulin does that. So insulin is a storage hormone. It stores all the extra energy in form of glucose as part of your fat. Okay, so you will see the fat increasing on your tummy, especially, right, on your face. That's what it does. Now these all things what I am trying to tell you, right from eating your food to storing the extra sugar and the extra fat, happens in every person, diabetic or a non-diabetic person, right? But then what happens? How do if everything, all the sugar is stored as fat, then why do you get type 2 diabetes? Well, I have been eating this high carbohydrate meal along with multiple snacks in a day, and my insulin keeps on knocking at the cells. It keeps on knocking every 2 or 3 hours. I have been eating high carb meals, high carb snacks. So now my own cells are not listening to my insulin. That is where you say, you know what, I am insulin resistant. My own cells are not listening to the signals given by my insulin. So now I am insulin resistant. So what that means is my cells from muscles or liver or fats, they are no longer listening to my insulin. They are not taking in sugar as much as it need to, right? Also, the process of converting the extra sugar left because of the high carbohydrate meal is not getting stored as extra fat anymore. That process is also interrupted, and hence what happens is I still have high blood sugar in my blood. It is happening for 24/7. I always have high blood sugar. This is the extra sugar in the blood for a type 2 diabetic person. If you are not a type 2 diabetic person, your process ends over here. All the remaining sugar goes and stored as extra fat. That's it. For a type 2 diabetic person, even this layer at this phase, the extra fat is not getting stored. The process is very much slowed down, and now you have extra sugar in your blood. This is the extra sugar in the blood that you get measured when you are checking through your glucometer, right? And over the years, this extra sugar stays in your blood, and now it is going and clogging up your hemoglobin molecules. This is what gets measured in your HbA1c, friends, right? Very important to understand. I talked about this in last video too. I just walk you through this because it is an important concept which I will drive down every single video of mine. And now this is important for you to understand why walking helps, right? To take this extra sugar from the blood. Why, right? Let's dive in, friends. This is important. So same graphic, I'm keeping it right in front of you. That's what we discussed right now. So understand this, right? Here if you see these three muscles, your muscles in your thighs, muscles in your hips, your buttocks muscles, the muscles in your calf, all these muscles are the biggest muscles in your body. And when you walk, all these muscles require energy, right? So we do not even realize walking is a form of exercise, but you walk every single day. Every single day you walk for your regular activities. So you do not consider walking as an exercise, but it's truly a exercise, right? We don't even realize. I may not be a gym goer, right? I'm not lifting weights. I'm not doing pull-ups, but I do go for a walk. That is also a beautiful exercise. Why? Because it uses the biggest muscles in your body, which are your thigh muscles, muscles in your hips, your butts, your calf muscles, right? So why walking works best now? So when you go for a walk, all these three big muscles are being used and they need energy, friends. Where will they get energy from? The very first energy they say is, oh, I have sugar in the blood, let me use that, right? It doesn't require insulin, friends. Because of your walking exercise, it needs energy and it sees in the blood, so it takes that sugar away from the blood. The biggest muscles, they need the most energy. So walking requires the most energy. You and me do not realize that because we walk every day. It is natural for us, right? We do not realize that, but it takes that extra sugar from the blood. And that's what you saw in my week 1 video, how just walking helped to get my sugar from 14.3, which was 3 times higher, down to non-diabetic range in just 3 to 4 days. Friends, watch my week 1 video. Very important. Right? So it sees extra sugar in the blood, so it goes and takes away the extra sugar. This is why walking basically helps. Your thigh muscles, muscles in your hips, buttocks, calf muscles, they all need energy and take the sugar away from your blood. That's what happens. That is why we need to walk every single day. You and me have a high blood sugar in your blood, so walk, friends. Just simple walk for 15-20 minutes. That's all. That's all it requires. Okay. So the first area is go after the sugar from the blood. If I don't have any more sugar left in the blood, it is in a non-diabetic range. Where does the muscle cells go and use energy form? Right? So now I'm in a non-diabetic range, but I still walk. So where does the muscle cells get their energy? They go after this. The energy stored in the muscle cells as glycogen. It was meant to store for a later use, right? So now the glycogen store is taken away by your own muscles, right? So your glycogen stores are depleted. Next time when you eat, now your muscle cells can absorb more sugar from your diet. Why? Because the glycogen stores are reduced because you are walking every single day. Correct? Same thing goes with liver too. When I keeping on walking for 15-20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, as we keep on walking, the sugar from your blood is already absorbed. Next, it needs more sugar, so it goes after the sugar that is stored in the liver as well as form of glycogen. So now liver converts this glycogen into sugar for your muscles. So that's what happens, friends. Now the walking takes away the glycogen stores, right? The body converts the glycogen into sugar, and that is where your glycogen stores are depleted. So next day when you eat, once again your muscle cells in your liver cells are able to absorb more sugar because their glycogen stores are now depleted, right? So you have to walk every single day, because even a single meal will fill up my glycogen stores, right? So you have to walk every single day. Next day when you eat, your glycogen stores are empty. Once again your liver and muscle cells can absorb more sugar from your own diet. Okay, and once it does that, if I am following one meal a day and do not add any extra sugar because I am eating meat, vegetables have very low sugar, there is no sugar left in the body to convert it into fat. Absolutely none. Okay, now if you always maintain a perfect sugar level and you keep on walking more and more, or you exercise this time, right? You go for a pull-ups, you go to gym, what's going to happen? You are not adding any extra sugar in your body, but your body needs energy. What happens then? Your body now taps into the already available energy stored in your body as fat. I will talk about this in my upcoming videos too, for sure. Okay, so now even though I'm a type 2 diabetic, this extra sugar in the blood is no more, right? Because there is none of the sugar left in the blood which is extra anymore. Everything is absorbed by your liver cells, muscle cells as well, because I am following one meal a day diet, right? And I go for a walk every single day. Very important. I will talk about this in my next videos too. Very important graphic. I want to present this always in front of you so that you won't realize what happens when you eat food, right? You will be able to make an informed decision yourself. You don't have to listen to me. Just understand this. You will follow, you will have your good habits automatically created, right? Every time you go out, you will realize, okay, let me go for a walk for 15-20 minutes. What's going to happen? Well, if at all there is any extra sugar in my blood, it will get absorbed, right? And it won't get stored as fat. Very simple, right? Here, Next week I will talk about the real food as well. I talked about how walking helps, but when I'm talking about 1 meal a day diet, about protein, right, about vegetables, I will talk about what is real food. There are so many options out there, but the real food is just 1% of the entire food that you actually see are aware of. Only 1%, and that's what I am asking you to eat. Meat and vegetables only form 1% of the food out there in the entire world. Everywhere you go, see, it's a huge grocery store, only 1% is the produce section. Then that is the real food, friends, right? So I will talk about that real food in my upcoming video. Just wanted to let you know that. And as I told you, if you watch my week 1 video, you will see this chart there, friends. My sugar was 14.3, three times as high, friends. But by just ensuring that I eat meat and vegetables, go for a walk, I got my sugar from 14.3 into my non-diabetic range on November 14th in just 4 days. If I can do it, you can do it too. It's very simple. That's how our body operates. You and me can reduce our high blood sugar in just 3 to 4 days by ensuring you do not add any extra sugar, by following the diet of meat and vegetables, and ensuring you go for a walk, which is the best medicine to get your blood sugar from high to low in a non-diabetic range, right? So stay tuned. Next week I will talk about the real food as well, so you'll realize and you could make better choices when you go out for dinner or lunch, let's say, right? Or you cook home cooked meals. You will realize that, and you will be able to follow the diet of meat and vegetables. The more you know, the better informed decisions that you can make, friends. All right. See you next week, and thanks a lot for watching. Thank you. Bye.